So if you've been searching for a new airbrush to buy, I'm sure you've come across the name Gaahleri. Well, in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at their Mobius airbrush, the 0.2mm. Let's see how it performs right now. Okay, so let's take off this shrink wrapping. And the box looks great. As I mentioned, this is the 0.2mm. And it's got some nice info there about their new twisted handle, which I'm looking forward to trying out. And just some information about the Mobius on the back here. So the unique tangent micro air channel nozzle for superior low pressure atomization and fine lines. Air valve designed for versatile painting techniques. Mirror level removable cup for effortless cleaning, lightweight and ergonomic design, main lever with adjustable tension. And you'll also notice that this particular airbrush is made in China. So I'm going to unbox it and show you what you get, plus I'll do a quick spray test to see what I think straight out of the box. Okay, let's go see what's inside the box. So you can see they've got their little parts guide here, exploded diagram on the inside of the box, which is a good idea. Just a little customer info card with their links, quick start guide. So much like every other airbrush, this one's quite involved, but this will give you just basic maintenance tips and info on how to use it as well as clean it. Some extra O-rings in there for you, which will come in handy if any of them wear out. Gaahleri also provide you with some lube, similar to the Iwata's. Again, I've never used this particular lube, I've only ever used the Iwata one. And the airbrush itself feels pretty good. That trigger's a bit loose at the moment, so I have to fix that. And you've got a MAC valve on there as well, so that little micro air control valve already comes with a quick disconnect. It's the male fitting, so that's good. So I can hook it straight up. I do like the little gold accents. Look very cool. It feels like decent quality. You really need to try these for a good year to see if they're going to stack up to some of the other known brands as far as sprayability over the long term. And you can also see that twisted handle design, which is pretty cool. I do like the fact that they give you the rubber cap. That's always handy. And also the color cup can be separated, so you can just use this and put some drops of paint in there, or you can go ahead and use the color cup and just screw that on, but it's nice to have the option. And apart from the nozzle size, you can see that the 0.2mm has a much smaller color cup of 0.067 fluid ounces, which is about 2mm, whereas the 0.3mm has a color cup size of 1/3 ounces, which is approximately 9.85mm. You can see that mirror image on the cup as well, which Gaahleri says that it makes it easier to clean. Not 100% sure if it does or doesn't. Now the other main difference with the 0.3 versus the 0.2 is you don't have the MAC valve. Okay, so I'm just going to add in some paint. So I've got some paint in there now, spraying it around 35 psi. Obviously you have the MAC valve as well that you can control. Feels smooth straight off the trigger. Getting a little bit of leakage. Generally what that means is that the needle isn't all the way forward and not sealing within that nozzle. Do some fine lines. Seems very responsive and it can definitely go fine. So to fast track your learning, you can definitely check out our online airbrushing course at airbrushasylum.thinkific.com. The trigger action is smooth. It seems to be fairly responsive. I would just say that it's not as dialed in as the Iwata. But I mean, I'm being very fussy here. Other than that, can definitely go fine. It just might not be as responsive when I pull back immediately. But other than that, I don't really notice that much of a difference, to be honest. Again, this is straight out of the box, so Keep in mind I haven't used it for a long period of time. I kind of like the twisted handle as well. That sits nicely and rests well on your hand. And you've got this flat section here, which is also kind of comfortable if you want to put your thumb there. And now to test out the MAC valve, just wind that in a little bit. And it does let you go finer. But I would need to thin my paint out a little bit more in order to get a bit more of a decent performance out of it. Fine dots are no problem either. So the Gaahleri 0.2mm Mobius airbrush is definitely a great airbrush straight out of the box. How it performs in the long term, I'm not sure, but from my little demo, it's a great detailing brush and one that you can use for many different airbrush applications.